Last time on Ratchet Clank 2. And now. Hey guys, it's BendyPenguin64. Welcome back to Ratchet Clank 2. Today, we're going to just show off the extra stuff that you get in post-story mode. There's not really a whole lot to talk about if I remember correctly. Shortcuts, I don't remember for the life of me what this is. It's just a blank menu. I'm guessing that as you progress through the story, then it like unlocks a bunch of extra levels. Well, not extra levels, like it uploads shortcuts that you can jump to in different parts of the game. Well, that's pretty cool, but that would require a second playthrough, so I can't show that. Random stuff. Oh, okay, so we got like concept art here. Oh, okay, so when I saw oh, okay, the exterminator. Is that like for a surprise boss or something that wasn't included? Potentially. I'm guessing that that's for stuff that wasn't included, because I don't remember anything like that. They have exterminators in Ratchet Gladiator, but that's not what we're talking about. So yeah, that's a bunch of concept art and space. Wait, hang on a minute. Oh, okay, this is another one of those sheep mini games. Like, hang on a minute, isn't this Space War or whatever? Because I remember there's like a really, oh, that was a good win. I remember there's a really old game that's just like that. Press triangle to leave, by the way. Can't remember the name of it. I think it's just called Space War, but I could be wrong. Oh, first person mode. I remember this, and I absolutely hated it. I remember when I was a little kid, I didn't know what first person mode was, so I just turned it on having no idea what I was in for. And I thought, wait a minute, is this it? This is first person mode. Why would I ever use this? Because I can't see anything. Because at the time I didn't know how popular Call of Duty was. So, hey, you know what? There's probably plenty of people that enjoy this. But anyway, that is hardly the piece de resistance, if that's even the phrase I'm looking for, that you will find in post-story mode. The quick select defaults back to normal, but we can still equip all the other weapons. That's good. Might as well stick the Rhino 2 in there for the sake of it. Now, this is something that's really cool. If you want to get a lot of bolts, just fight enemies normally. Because it should be noted that enemies are a lot tougher. But you may notice in the top right corner, there's a ×3 number right there. Well, the more enemies that you fight in Ratchet & Clank 2 after you've beaten the main story, then the higher your bolt multiplier will go. And I think it does go exponentially, so you can't just kill 20 enemies and get a ×20 bolt multiplier. Oh, there it is. There's some information for you to pause, but I can't be bothered reading it out. So yeah, just keep fighting enemies, keep shooting them, and the more you kill, the higher your bolt multiplier will go, and you can easily grind bolts to get all the extra weapons that you missed the first time. It's very useful. And actually, now that I think about it, I think that the bolt multiplier also works on the crystals and moonstones. So if you have the patience to do that all over again, assuming that you did it the first time, because if you didn't, you'd need to go for the skill point anyway if you wanted to, then in that regard, then you could easily grind like 20 times 90,000 bolts and become like a millionaire in seconds. Well, there you go. I've actually, I don't think I've ever bothered to do that because, like, I don't know, I couldn't really be bothered. But yeah, there you go. That's a pretty easy way of grinding bolts. Well, it's not easy because you got to do a lot of grinding first, and then you got to build up all the crystals and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty useful if you're willing to dedicate some time to it. And I can't see a thing. But while I'm in the neighbourhood, I just want to finish off these guys because we're actually quite close to upgrading the mini rocket tube fully. Although not before we get that cutscene. Come on, I want to upgrade this because this will segue into something else that I want to mention. Come on, kill him, kill him. More nanotech, that's good. And wait, where's my upgrade? How have we not fully upgraded the mini rocket tube yet? Come on, this is going to take forever. Come on, this is it. Let's do this. There we go, finally. And I believe that's the mega rocket tube. Yeah, there we go. Much like the mini turret glove. Yeah, we turned it into the mega version. Now, with that said, we just want to progress and find a vendor, actually, I think. Because you may notice that in the top left corner, as normal, what am I trying to say here? As normal, it is turned into the orange version, like, you know, the upgraded version, can't be upgraded any further. Well, that's not completely true. I think I did mention once before that you can upgrade them once and that's it. I might have done, Well, turns out I was telling fibs. Because if we just load this level, come on, let's progress. I need a Gadgetron vendor in order to be able to show this. Come on, Ratchet, hurry up. While it's fresh in my mind, before I forget. Actually, while we're going there, I might as well mention this now. Basically, after you've upgraded a weapon the first time, you can go to a Gadgetron vendor, and it will provide you, or at least give you the option to buy, a Mega version. And they're bloody expensive, but yeah, this basically allows you to keep upgrading the weapons. You get a Mega version, and then you upgrade that to an Ultra version. That is the highest it can go, and it's devastating. Like, Ultra Heavy Bouncer is one of the best weapons in the whole entire universe as far as I'm concerned. 1.5 million for a Mega Mini Nuke. I honestly forgot how expensive some of these were. Well, there you go. Oh, and of course the extra weapons. I'm pretty sure that those can't be upgraded further. Like, hang on a sec. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, the Mega Walloper. You can't upgrade this into like an Ultra Walloper, unfortunately. The classic weapons can only become Mega, but the new weapons, those can go to Ultra, and it's pretty cool. So, with that said, we have currently got a 15 bolt multiplier. I could try grinding for like a 20 just for the sake of showing it, but I don't think that's necessary, because that is pretty much everything I wanted to show in the post-game. As far as I remember, we've shown the special menu. There's not really a whole lot going on. We've shown the extra weapons you can get. We've shown the bolt multiplier. But that is only the beginning to how cool the secrets in this game are. Because there is actually something that is not necessarily in post-game mode, but it's a secret that is very, very much worth showing. So I think that's about everything in post-game mode that I wanted to show. What do you say we now mosey on over to that last save file that we started? Or, sorry, the last one that we created last time. There it is, Planet Yeedle. That was at the point where we had collected all of the platinum bolts. Yeah, just felt like saving that so that I could go on over to Slimcognito's shop and just buy all the mods like while they're available. And it just so happens that, hang on, if we just get going, there it is, back at the ship. It just so happens that on Planet, I think it's, what was it called again? Planet Bolden, that's it. Sorry, I was thinking of Planet Barlow because they both start with a B. On Planet Bolden, there is Slimcognito's mod shop where we can spend the platinum bolts while it's fresh in my mind. But there is also that fountain transporter that I told you about before. That is one method of getting to the bonus level. But it's not the only one. There is at least one other. There might be a third. If there is, I can't for the life of me remember what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because the second version is the only method that I've ever used in order to do it. And it works. I'm happy with it personally. And wow, I just realised, even though we don't have a bolt multiplier in this save file, we've actually gotten... Oh wow! Lock-on mod for the Rhino 2. It's already got one, you fools, surely. Okay then. Well, and anyway, as I was saying, no bolt multiplier in this playthrough, but we've actually built up quite a few. There you go. There's actually a lot of money that you can get in that last level. That's pretty cool. And actually, what was I saying? Yeah, something that I only just realised. We've still got like, what is it, 8 platinum bolts left, I think, or 7. Hang on, let me just check. Yeah, 7 platinum bolts left. So it looks like if you want to get every single mod, you will need to buy the rest of the weapons from the weapon vendor, which I'm not going to do because that's going to take a lot of time. But what I do want to show is that bonus level. Unfortunately, I can't actually remember how we get to it, so I'm just going to look it up online, and yes, this time I actually will cut ahead, so I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, I'm back, and I think I understand how this works now. Yeah, even though I have been to this secret level a couple of times, and whoops, I'm not supposed to do that yet, sorry. Even though I've been to this secret level a couple of times, I couldn't for the life of me remember how to actually do it. It's okay, just looked at a walkthrough, now it's refreshed my mind. Now, here we go. What you want to do is actually get hurt right there. That will send you careening off the side, and you can actually land on this little point right here. Now, what we want to do is just travel over yonder. See, there's a little cool-looking building over there. But as you can see, it looks a bit shut off, like you can't really get into it. Well, if we just walk through here, you can actually glitch your way under the floorboards. Come on, camera, work with me. Where are you? Hang on. Oh, there it is. Sorry, camera might get stuck in there. Just be aware of that. And right here, we got some guards that seem to be guarding a little teleporter over there. And wow, there's quite a few thugs for less guys. They're cramping my style. I've got to get rid of them just for the sake of clearing my mind. Is that it? No, not quite. Okay, this is very clearly a secret that Insomniac didn't want people to find. They wanted you to put effort into it. If we just walk here, this teleporter will always be active as far as I remember. And it takes you to the Insomniac Museum. This right here, I cannot stress enough, is one of the best secrets I've ever seen in a video game. I don't know if Insomniac were the first people to ever do something like this, and Dantopia, but very nice reference right there. And actually, is that supposed to be Earth that we've travelled to? Because it looks a bit like it. Well, anyway, here we go. The Insomniac Museum. I'll just let this guy do some explaining.
I'm a designer at Insomniac Games. Hi, welcome to the Insomniac Museum. Here you'll see some of the great things that never quite made it into the game, and you'll learn a little bit about life here at Insomniac Games.
Yeah, this right here is genius. This is a fantastic little secret because it's like a behind-the-scenes documentary on the game, but it's interactive. So right here they're talking about floating spherical monstrosities. That's pretty cool.
Which were originally going to be included in Silver City.
So yeah, basically they go on about a bunch of stuff that was going to be in the game but was never actually put into it. And unfortunately some of those help messages I'm going to be skipping just I don't know, I love hearing about this stuff. I love hearing like the creative processes at Insomniac. It's very interesting stuff. But like if I were to listen to every single one of those help messages, it might go on for a little while. But trust me, I'm sure that those guys are actually much smarter and more entertaining to listen to than me. So, you know, credit where it's due. They put a lot of effort into this. And oh, I remember this. This is like a car that was going to be in Planet Snivelak, but lack of heavy weaponry was its downfall. Oh, that's a shame. And if I recall, yeah, we can actually ride around in these. Except, how do you steer it? Wait a minute, hang on. I can't drive it. I swear you're supposed to be able to drive this thing. You were last time I checked. Hang on. I'm pressing X, which doesn't do anything. Oh, okay, hang on. L1 sort of puts it down on the ground. Oh, that's really weird. I can't for the life of me work out how to steer it. Oh, that's disappointing. Hey, it looks cool though. That is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. So yeah, unfortunately, I sincerely doubt that we're going to be able to show absolutely everything here because it's a pretty big, extensive place, if that's even a word actually. So yeah, unfortunately, we might miss out on a couple of stuff, but I just think this is fascinating, getting to look around and seeing a whole bunch of like really cool character models and concept art and stuff. Because, you know, it is pretty awesome when you get to see that stuff in a game generally. Oh, okay, Waterworld. Is that a reference to the Kevin Costner movie? Because didn't that movie bomb horribly? I think so. I don't know. I'm not a great movie connoisseur, but it sounds pretty funny. The original Gadgetron vendor from the first game. Wow. That is amazing. That just goes to show how much things have changed, isn't it? Like, I just think this is awesome, to be honest. Because, like, yeah, you do get concept art and character models to look at in any other game secrets. But actually getting to interact with it, that's genius. And I don't know if Insomniac were the first guys to do this. But, like, you know, it's very cool to... Oh, I remember this. This is my favourite part of the whole Insomniac Museum, potentially. This is the water system for the first game, apparently.
Even this little patch of water taxes the game engine to its limits.
Oh, okay.
And severely optimized form was what eventually made it into the game.
Right, so that unfortunately wasn't good for the game engine, so it ran poorly, I guess. Right, now, as they said, you can set it off with circle. Look at that. Look how awesome that looks. And if we press square, or, sorry, hold square, I think, it pauses it. Look at that. Look how awesome that looks. That is my favourite part of the whole game, potentially. Well, sorry, not the whole game. The whole Insomniac Museum. because that looks amazing. Like, doesn't that look like the coolest little thing you've ever seen in your life? It does to me, certainly. And that's all that matters. Hardy, hardy, har. Right, okay, where haven't we been yet? I'm pretty sure that there should be like some really hard trespasser puzzles knocking about, I think. Oh, I remember this. This is pretty cool, because right here, if we just walk up to one of these blue pads, we can actually make our own effect. And unfortunately, I can't for the life of me remember how you actually do this, because there's a bunch of like, there's a bunch of different variables right here. Tail start red. Let's just make that as red as possible and see what it does. Just for the sake of it. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Tail start. Let's make it super blue. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's knock down the green as well. And believe me, I am not an artist. I've got no clue what I'm doing. I am just messing about here trying to change the colour because it'll look fun. I just want to make this really blue with a red tail, hopefully. Come on, come on. Set it to 0. Knock it down a bit further. You know what, that'll do. Right, okay. Tail start blue. Come on, come on, let's do this. Let's turn it into something really cool looking, potentially. Come on, go faster. Oh, there it is. Now it's changing. Check that out. The front's turning blue now, and it looks awesome. I think that looks really cool. So this is like some behind the scenes on how they made the shot effects for like the Thugs for Less guys. Oh, and right there we can actually see it working on the evil Blockman, as they call him. And here's the same but with explosions, so that's pretty cool as well. Just getting to see how they worked on all this stuff. And like I said, this place is like, it's very extensive, if that's even a word. Unfortunately, I can't be sure because I'm kind of dumb. Oh, is that like a flame effect? Yeah, I think it is. What is this? 3 particle effects around the center. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like some kind of flame effect. And fortunately, it doesn't hurt, so that's good. Oh, hang on. I remember this. This will lead me to something that drove me crazy when I was a kid. We got an electrolyzer puzzle right here, and it looks complicated. Let's see if we can get this done on the first try. I'll be impressed with myself. I'm going to focus. Come on, let's get this done, because I want to show this. Because it's oh, damn it. I was going so well. Because this bit right here that should be behind the electrolyzer wall, it's really cool, but at the same time, it actually really annoyed me when I was a kid. And you'll see why if we can actually focus properly. Right, okay, the first one is horizontal, then vertical. 2 like that. Damn it, I can't remember how this goes. I keep getting confused. Okay, horizontal, vertical, 2 horizontal. That. I think we just got to leave it like that. There we go. Oh, whoa, that was close. That was close. That one nearly collided. Oh, damn it. 2 left, and I couldn't tell which one was going to hit first. I'm bad at this. And we only did an electrolyzer puzzle in the last episode. And in fact, that was the last electrolyzer puzzle in the game that was actually required. So that one should have been harder than this one, potentially. Yeah, potentially. I can't be completely sure. Oh, there we go. That took some doing. Good God, that was a hard one. That actually kept me on my toes quite a bit. That was very well done. Good on you, Insomniac. Okay, now right here, let's see. Oh, okay, so that's an original teleporter. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I'm going to be honest, I prefer the new ones, but... Oh, wow, that's a cool looking effect, though. I forgot about that. Oh, okay, this is where they sorted out the jump heights and stuff and how Ratchet was able to walk. So right here they can actually experiment to see how far he can glide with the helipack, and that's pretty cool. And I think this is for wall jumping as well. Yeah, that's to test wall kick distances, so that's pretty awesome. So you can actually see how they tested like how far apart the walls should be in order for everything to work out properly. And it's this bit over here, this little staircase ramp thingy. This drove me crazy when I was a kid, because this was used to test the angle at which Ratchet could actually walk, I believe. Yeah, these ramps get steeper, so they work out like like what the maximum angle Ratchet could walk up was. And apparently it's 45 degrees is the maximum that he can go up. Any higher than that and he will just collide with the wall. And I can't remember, but I think there's supposed to be like some kind of really cool secret at the top. I think. I can't quite be sure. I swear that I've actually seen people get to the top of these ramps before, and they found something at the top. Potentially, if they did, I can't for the life of me remember what it was. And much to my dismay, I have no idea how to get up there. I just spent hours and hours and hours when I was a little kid trying to get up there just to see what was at the top. Couldn't do it. Could not do it at all. Although I think there is a way to like glitch your way up there if you actually use a vehicle, because I believe that on the roof of the Insomniac Museum there's like a little car that you can take and like glitch your way in there. And, whoa! Forgot that was there. That looks awesome. What is that?
This was created to test screen buffer effects.
Oh, okay.
Screen buffer effects are used to create things like distortion bubbles and heat hazing. This, however, ends up looking like a hall of mirrors. Can you guess why?
That looks awesome. Like, I'm so glad that they actually put that in. Like I said, brilliant idea to actually. Oh wait, hang on. I think this is a ship that we can drive. I think. Well, it definitely moves about. Okay, there we go. This will be the ship that I was thinking of at the start of the game. Except it's kind of awkward to move. Like, I think you got to hold X and like it's really weird, and I don't think the dials work. Oh yeah, this is the Blockman, isn't it?
This dummy was created to test the new reaction system, which we added to Ratchet and Clank 2.
Oh, so it's like when the enemies get damaged, then they. Oh, okay. So like, that actually looks really cool. Like seeing how they did everything. Yeah, I know I keep repeating myself, but I can't stress this enough. This is brilliant stuff. And unfortunately, we've been recording for like 20 minutes, so I actually think that this is potentially a good place to end it off, to be honest. And oh wait, hang on, isn't that the Raritanium drill from the first game? Yeah, that's from the construction worker who told us to shoot his dog and call him Sally. I remember that dude, he was awesome. But yeah, we've been recording for a while, and I kind of want to end this off here because I don't want to give away too much. Honestly, I think coming here at all has spoiled quite a bit. There's still plenty to see in the Insomniac Museum that we didn't cover. This was essentially just me knocking about and reacting to stuff, to be honest. Like, I don't think I really said too much throughout this video about the Insomniac Museum that was really important. This was very much me just revisiting it for the first time in years. Because it is really interesting to see like the creation process and everything. It's really cool. So I reckon that this is a good place to end this off, just watching the Blockman get killed over and over again. So yeah, if you have got this game or are planning to buy it, please get your hands on it. Brilliant game overall. I personally love it. Even if it did make me rage, it did drive me crazy, I will admit. I cracked a couple of times because, come on, Moonstones, why did you do that? But ultimately, this is a great game. I would recommend it, and if you do get your hands on it, please glitch your way into the Insomniac Museum. It's incredible. It is fantastic. There's still many rooms to see. We didn't go into too much detail. This is the tip of the iceberg. There's so much to see in here. It's amazing. But I'm not going to show all of it because this is something that needs to be experienced firsthand. So please, if you have an opportunity, knock about the Insomniac Museum for an hour or two. It's very insightful. It's very fun to like experiment with all the behind the scenes debugging stuff. It is brilliant stuff. It's fantastic. So I reckon that on this screen right here, watching the Blockman get his crotch blown up, much like Captain Quark actually. It's very poetic, I suppose. I reckon this is a good place to end off this series. So, just to recap, I do love this game. The original Ratchet & Clank will always be a childhood favourite of mine, but it was the sequel where everything was fine-tuned. Yes, it got harder, and therefore more rage was provoked, but they added upgradable weapons, bolt multipliers, new characters, new levels, the Insomniac Museum, which is an amazing secret, I love it. So yeah, the original Ratchet & Clank will always be a favourite of mine, but Ratchet & Clank 2 trumped it. It just did, and I respect it so much. So yeah, I really enjoyed this Let's Play. It was fun running around the Insomniac Museum one last time for old time's sake, but I'm not going to do it anymore because I would highly encourage you to check it out for yourself. And on that note, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time for whatever the next Let's Play is.